What's up, everybody? This is a Force of Nature Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Mars in the first house. So, now Mars is going to be at its home base dealing with the first house. We do know that Mars is ruled by Aries. The first house is ruled by Aries, okay? So, now let's get into what Mars is all about. Mars is about being a fighter. It has to do with your drive. It has to do with your warrior soul. Mars is a soldier. And Mars has to deal with sexuality and the way that you like to have sex, what you are drawn to, all of that type of shit. Oh, yeah. It's a lot with Mars. And Mars is really the type that really wants to go to war, fighting for a cause, fighting to the death. You know what I'm saying? Mars also wants to be in control, leadership positions, leadership roles. So the first house has to do with the same thing that I just said, along with your identity, your self image, and what you identify with. Okay, it has to do with survival, wanting to survive in this world, wanting to survive, wanting to make sure your family's good, being protected, being a protector. So Mars is has to do with structure also, but it's more geared towards taking action, being proactive in this damn life. Okay? So now we're going to get into this. Mars in the first house, men and women. So now these men and women, they are going to have a warrior soul and fighting spirit. This is already embedded in them. This is already just in their motherfucking DNA. Okay, so this placement is something to have if you have it. I'm going to tell you right now. So now these men and women are the types that don't want, and you really shouldn't. Okay, these are the type of men and women that you do not want to fuck with. Okay, you do not want to cross them. You do not want to go against them. You do not really want to do these things and get these men and women riled up, because these men and women are fighters. Okay, very skillful fighters, and definitely they will fuck your ass right the fuck up. Okay, so they really know how to stand for what it is that they believe in. If it's a belief, if it's their opinions, if it's their views, this is what they all about, and they will fight down to the death. Okay, you will have a lot of energy. You can be very athletic, so you can definitely see these men and women playing football, playing basketball, running track, being a cheerleader, things like that. Their bodies are actually going to be very well toned, and they're going to be very preoccupied with the way that they look, the way that they dress, and the way that they keep themselves up in everyday life. But their bodies, for the most part, is going to be very toned. Okay, their arms, the guys that probably have some nice arms on them. The women, their arms are probably going to be real nice too and cut. You know how you see them women. You know what I'm saying? But these are these people. On top of that, these men and women are going to be highly competitive. They have a competitive nature like no other, and they can be very much prone to anger. Okay, they could get angry very fucking fast, especially when it comes down to competing. They can be some sore losers if they do not win completely. Okay, they want to win. They want to win the battle. They want to win the fight. They want to win on their careers, on their jobs, in their businesses. They want to win in every fucking aspect in their life, in their families, in their relationships. And they can really go to heads and go back and forth with people in their families also. Okay, just going back and forth with them in conversations, going back and forth with them on several different topics. So they can be some debaters also. Okay, so now these men and women could have cuts or even been stabbed before in their life. This could have definitely went on, took place with these men and women. So you could notice maybe with a Mars in the first house, they might have a scar somewhere on them, might even be very well presented on their face that you could see that they have been in the battle, they have been in the battlefields. Okay, and if it's not on their face, it can be something on their arm. They can have a scar on their chest, on their leg, on their knee, any place like that. This can definitely happen. Okay, and it could be due to fighting, or it could just be due to scraping your arm on a damn door. You know what I mean? You fell, scraped your leg or whatever, fell on a piece of glass and it cut you. Things like that could have went on and took place. Moving forward, these men and women have a business mind along with a criminal mind as well. So definitely, these men and women are going to have a business mind. They're going to know how to move in this world. They're going to know how to get the money. They're going to know how to get the bread. So they can also be hustlers. Okay, really going out there and getting it, knowing how to get it. On top of that, they could have sold drugs, they could have robbed banks, they could have bust licks, all types of different things. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is what it is with this placement. They could have done a lot of things in their life. They could have been very ruthless, very rugged, very tough. And this is how these men and women could have been very early on in life. And some might be like that today, and some might know how to turn it on and on when the fuck they feel like it. But for the most part, we already know that even with having a criminal mind, that's really stemming from the violent side, more dangerous side of life. And the business mind comes from a more corporate arena. And these men and women know how to do both. On top of that, these men and women are going to be highly sensual and sexual with a high sex drive. So they are going to love to get it in and have sex. They're going to really love to assert their energy into those kind of activities quite often. These men and women are very wise and know a lot of shit. Okay, so these men and women have been in this lifetime before. This is not their first trip. They have been here before. They know a lot of shit, even from their past life, coming into this life. They know what's up. They know how to pinpoint when people are doing fucking shit, hidden agendas, and all types of things like that. Hidden motives. These men and women be on it. So you better watch it. So now you want to be the best in whatever you do and do want to be number one. This is a big thing for you men and women. Wanting to be the best, wanting to be number one in anything that you put your mind to. And a lot of times if you fall short from that, these are the times where they're going to be annoyed. They're going to be very animated even. Have a really hard time because they do not like that they want to win all the time. This is their drive, this is their passion, this is their goal. They are very ambitious and very serious. Okay, these men and women will have enormous willpower, courage, and strength. They have it inside of them, inside of their soul. Okay, now these men and women can be great at being an entrepreneur, starting their own businesses, their own corporations, having people work for them, really knowing how to stand up and lead. Okay, they can lead in communities, they can lead real estate. All of these things can definitely come from these men and women because they have that fighting spirit inside of them. Oh, yeah, they do. So now these men and women can also be drawn to astrology, they could be drawn to spirituality, and anything that has to do with the occult, hidden information, hidden knowledge, wanting to dig underneath the surface and uncover and unveil what's really going on. They can really have a true full blown love for this stuff. And on top of that, these men and women are go-getters. So they know how to get it out the mud. They know how to make shit happen when things seem like they are not happening. They make it happen. Okay, so these are the type of men and women that if their money was getting low, okay, if they didn't really have a lot of money, they would definitely know how to show up in that kind of way where they'll be able to get these things. All right, these some bad motherfuckers. All right, so now a life lesson for these men and women, okay, is to let things not get them so easily riled up. Okay, getting angry, getting frustrated, getting mad, getting animated. These men and women can be some hands on men and women. Okay, they can fly off their fucking heads. Okay, really just pop off a lot of times when things ain't going. They can really be skillful fighters. Okay, they could be into taekwondo, karate, boxing, kickboxing, and shit like that. They can really like this type of shit. And on top of that, they can also be into athletics. Okay, may even be a famous football player, basketball player, things like that, where you're using your hands a lot. This is what they can do. But yes, their life lesson is to not let things get them to that ultimate level of anger and really need to overcome letting people push your buttons and getting you upset. Stop letting problems, issues, and situations get you riled up. This is a lesson for these men and women to overcome in this lifetime, to really recognize and understand that when problems do arise and you do feel all of these emotions, because they do hold within them a rage. Oh, yeah, they do. They hold a fucking full blown damn rage inside of their soul. Okay. And where other signs repress it, they don't. These men and women are on it. They're aggressive. They take action. They fight. And when they're fighting, they are fighting. Listen, they is fighting. They might stomp you the fuck out. Okay, stomp you out, kick you in your mouth, knock your fucking eye, make it swollen. All of this. Yeah, they will rock your motherfucking knot. This is what it is. Oh yes, they will, especially when you push them to that point. Okay, as far as their business mind and their criminal mind, yes, these men and women could have done a lot of things in their life, especially early on in life, and even throughout their teens and even early adulthood. They could have went back and forth with get rich scheme plans, wanting to make sure that they can eat and have food on the table, wanting to make sure that they have nice clothes and they look real good, because they are about looking nice. Okay, they can be very much into um, the glitz and the glam, also that Hollywood kind of life. Wanted to really just turn up. Also, these men and women can be kind of flashy on top of that. All right. But for the most part, these men and women are going to have a lot of energy inside of them. Okay. Anybody that's dealing with a Mars in the first house, men and women, they are going to have this high sex drive that you're going to have to withhold and understand, because they are going to want to go rounds. Oh, yeah, they're going to want to go rounds. But now, what could end up happening with the Mars in the first house is that when they become older, okay, maybe about let's say they get into their middle 30s, or even going into 40, um their sexual drive, they're still going to be sensual and sexual, but their sexual drive might start dimming down. Okay, because they hold within them so much energy that it might just start dimming down. Not that they don't want to have sex, they might just not really feel the need to just bang you out 5 different times in one damn day. That's all I'm saying. So, anything else that I need to say about this placement? These men and women are very highly competitive. Okay, whatever it is that they set out to do in this life, in this world, they are going to really push towards it, really be geared towards it. making moves, making money, making moves, okay? All of these things is inside of them. They would do excellent in having their own business. So I'm gonna tell you right now, a 9 to 5 for these men and women. They can work them, but they damn sure not gonna really like them because they need to be in leadership roles, leadership positions. They need to be the director of something. They need to be over people, not under somebody else. They're not gonna feel comfortable with that. Okay, they can also do well in the medical fields. Okay, do excellent in being a doctor, being a nurse, being a home health aide, a CNA, a LPN, things like that. Even if they are a surgeon of some sort, they would do excellent in it. And also they would also do excellent if they really did get into astrology. Okay, they could even be a spiritual leader and lead the way, lead the people to the right way. Okay, they can do excellent in any one of these things on top of any kind of sports. And these men and women might actually just have a love for sports, even if they do not play sports. Okay, they are the type of people that probably always watching football games and always watching basketball games, going to these events, or they probably went to these events a lot, especially when they was in high school. Probably was always at the fucking games and going like and banging their feet on bleachers and shit. Yeah, this is probably what the fuck you was doing because they really do have a love for these type of things. Okay, another thing, they know a lot of shit. Okay, so it will be hard for you to pull a wool over their eyes. They pretty much have a keen sense and a keen idea to see what is going on and to also see things that are being hidden. Being that it's in the first house, okay, this is actually a double fucking whammy as far as competing, as far as winning, as far as your warrior soul. Their fucking souls is a warrior. Okay? They know how to take action. So when opportunities come and opportunities arise, you think they gonna be the type of people to say, nah, I ain't gonna do it. No, they jumping on it. They're rising to the occasion. They're ready. They're not waiting. This is how they are. So they could definitely deal with not really having patience, wanting things to be right now. So they could be very impulsive and very compulsive, very immediate and like right now. They want it now. They want things to be now, not later. Oh yes, this is what it is with them. But because they do have that business mind, they do understand that things are not going to always be right now, but they're still going to push for it. Always going to push for it, whether it's business or whether if it's on the goddamn block and just slinging that shit they sling. Okay, so this is what it is with these men and women. Um, and I think I'm just going to leave this on this note for now. So now in future videos to come, I will go more into depth into the Mars in the first house, men and women. Please be sure to check out my online store. It is Grimy Gear at www.grimygear.com. If you need my husband to do any work to your home, swimming pool, or business, please be sure to hit him up at a ronnesbitt90 at gmail.com. His business is Steve's Handy Helpers. On top of that, if you need me to analyze the birth chart for you so you can fully understand and grasp, that will be $50 for 2 hours. If you need a synastry chart, which is a compatibility chart, that will be $70 for 2 hours. And if you would like a tarot card reading on love and relationships, financial situations and matters, careers, your health, or even spirituality, that will be $30. So this has been a Force of Nature Spiritual Awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you in the next one.